Hello, we're live.
We are live. I just had to close your door because it always comes back and forth with the sound otherwise. Wow, it says Seth CTO and then it just says Katrin.
Blend precisely.
Yes, I put it in, but it didn't show up. Hi, Seth.
Hi, CEO.
Well, hello, everyone. I don't know who's watching right now, but let us know if you can hear us. That is always important. Second, if you like to hear the news from us about Blend Precisely 6.1 release. I actually said it wrong. In my live description, I put 6.5 release because I think we were debating back and forth what it is, 6.5 or 6.1. But it is actually our 6.5 release. So let's begin the show. So what we're going to do today, and if you have received our email, then you probably know already. I'm going to start sharing my screen and we are going to go through all of the changes that you will see and experience in the next couple of days, because the release to you will happen latest by Friday. Today is Wednesday, the 15th. It's Friday. So we will see quite a few changes, but mainly what we've been doing is a lot of upgrades in the back end as well. And you have probably seen that in our email. It was saying like 40 plus bug fixes, and that is very, very common in the world of software. And those ones are not necessarily bug fixes you have experienced, but it's also enhancements and small changes and anything that is really needed to make Blend Precisely actually just work better and faster and more intelligent and everything like this.
Yeah, I would say there was a big push to make it easier just to use it. So from things like having not being able to see the what's all the things like the ingredients and the constituents and the components. It is no longer hidden away. You don't need to navigate to the inventory anymore. You can just look at it quickly from just about everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't I start sharing my screen, and we're going to start out with the lovely list I have prepared for us. And then if you have questions, do pop them into the comments and we will answer them as well. So let me start sharing my screen. I have to put my glasses on again, just a second. Here we go. And you should be seeing in a moment our little sheet. Seth, can you see this one?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So what's new in version 6.1? So we can see, it's actually funny because I think we are doing it since 6 years now. So more or less, yeah, 6 years. So this would even balance that out or enhance it. I don't know. So first of all, we are going down this list. New inventory management. So I'm going to hop over and actually let Seth talk us through a little bit what changed. What we do want to look at, and again, every single new tutorial is going to come out and is going to be sent your way. So you don't need to take notes right now. You don't need to remember. You just need to take it all in and just inhale what's coming towards you. So we have a new inventory management system, and this one goes a little bit together all here. This will be bundled up, but I'm just going to start sharing the screen, and this one looks quite normal still and probably as you know it.
Yeah, and on this screen, one of the major changes was that previously we had every one of these fields had an input or a change you could make directly in there. It wasn't very transportable. You couldn't do that on other screens or even on a mobile device, which we're not officially mobile at this point, but we're gunning that way at some point in the future. So this is one of the first steps for doing that.
So I just wanted to bring up maybe the before and after.
Yeah, sure.
So
That's a good
that's maybe easier then to actually comprehend and also see. So this one is the current version. Let me just take this one out. And as you can see, these are the fields Seth was talking about. Those ones were previously here available. And now it looks basically like this.
Right. So the problem with this layout was that we kept adding more and more things to the right, so you're continually scrolling and like, where is it? So now if you just click anywhere on the row, you will get a pop-up that shows you the everything. So it's much more nicely arranged and findable and easier to process. And we added in some AI features to this that will make your life much easier. So specifically, the cast numbers and the way that you add them is you're going to find it much easier to use. Do you actually have the AI? Yeah.
So do you want to explain? Let's just go step by step, actually.
Yeah.
So because I don't want to take jump too much ahead. I think I want to go for people, especially when they're new. The inventory, how it worked before, is add a new ingredient and then you receive this inventory sheet here, and was quite a lot to fill out. And also there were some, obviously we need some information to give you the correct pricing, and this was coming up. It was like a standard working add raw material pop-up, and it worked fine. The supplier here were very basic, or still are very basic for you, but once the change is happening, the suppliers will also be changing quite a bit. So this one is our old version of adding a new ingredient, and when we were actually clicking on something here, nothing opened up. So it was more of a row going to the right, and the more requests we have received, can you add this, can you add notes, can you add casts, can you add more documents, can you add, this whole row would go on and on and on and on forever, and the loading every single time would also become very, very heavy.
Yeah, so it's definitely much more responsive. You can just scroll and see new things that appear rapidly now in the system.
So now you click on every single one, you also see the logo right away here, and that wasn't visible here. Is it your ingredient? Is it one of the Blend Precisely ingredients you copied over, or something else? So that one is available. Also, the scrolling goes much, much faster. You can still do all. This one is happening as usual. So we try to not make a ton of changes, so you're not like, oh my God, what did you guys do? But we needed to do some important changes to actually give you what you wanted in your requests for new features. So when you go in now, and I think that part we can go in already. I'm on QA right now, so I'm here in the test version. And as you can see here, it says Nutmeg, what category it is. We have several drop-down menus, the INCI name, then the aromatherapy properties in general, Latin name, botanical family, extraction method, plant parts used, and origin and material type, if you know what it is. And then you can go down to your supplier and then also add a supplier. Now you have a new management system here of suppliers as well. Seth put in that you can edit the suppliers and you can delete suppliers, and you can also update suppliers and cancel suppliers. So they are much more visible, and they will allow you now, or this version at least will allow you to add or create contacts as you need. So I really like this part, because before it was always hidden and you couldn't really make changes to it. Now you can make changes to the entire thing. Also, you can use obviously your existing suppliers. This all stays the same. It just looks all much better and more elegant. The expiration date, order number, density, batch number, and the PPU is automatically here. calculated. The fields that are in orange, they're actually automatically calculated, which is not many because you have to first enter the raw ingredient. I think Seth and I had like a little debate this morning about the density one more time. And I'm going to let Seth talk about it, but he really wanted to put up a huge error message, almost looking like it's like you have not put in your density. So Seth, can you just like one more time say why you think, and it is true, the density is absolutely important when you add volume raw ingredients?
Yeah, sure. So just the basic equation of density is mass per unit volume, or excuse me, gram volume per grams. So if you say I bought 30 milliliters of, say, lavender oil, and for a certain price, then everything on the back end gets converted to grams, just to have something that you can equate for the price per unit for all of your different oils and ingredients, just as a consistency factor. So that impacts the price in all of your formulations. And we have seen some cases where it was like really, really big. It's somewhat rare because people don't use that large of a quantity. Or if you're using something like rose oil or something that is a very expensive oil, you're going to be very price sensitive in your end product and how much you can mark up and all of that. So to get really precise numbers in the pricing, and to know that you're actually making a profit and what to charge and just getting real numbers, you want to have that density as accurate as possible. So to follow on with what Katrin was saying, what I had actually created was a pop-up that if you hadn't specified the correct density, there was a warning that said we're using a default density, which is going to be inaccurate. For the most part, that would be a small difference in price. In other cases, it might be large, but in the interest of being precise and getting things as accurate as possible, I just wanted to make it very clear, like, okay, I'm okay with using the default value. So Katrin, the little debate we had was basically between annoyance of seeing that every time and just trying to be clear with you that that was a possibility that you would have inaccurate pricing. So anyway, I'd love to hear your perspective. How do you feel? What's your preference? And yeah, we ended up on a negotiated comment at the top with that basically says density affects pricing. So just be aware of that, and that's pretty much the debate.
Yeah, and I just wanted to add one more time, because the density is not something you are being taught in your schools necessarily, because I don't know why, but maybe because they are not so much oriented towards business, or it's not come up. So I don't know the reason why density is not really being brought up in school calculations, but it is important. And I just wanted to point out one more time that the density is not always easily available for you. So if you go to, I was just looking at a few different areas where you would find it. For example, aromatics doesn't mention the density anywhere of the oil. So it's something you would need to research or ask them, where's your MSTS report or STS report? I always get those confused. And then if you calculate, obviously, if you calculate formulas and you do grams, that's a little bit of a different story. So we are really talking about the liquid stuff here that is important to have a density as well. But no, also, Seth, also powders and everything else. But I don't want to go too deep into this. It's just, if you can find the density, try to find the density and put it in, because it will affect your pricing. The PPU, it will also affect the end price. And
Yeah, exactly. And can you hover over the information icon next to density? Yeah, so this gives you a lot of clues about where you might find the density.
Yeah, but not all GCMS reports supply that. So it is, it's unfortunate for us creators that there is no solid system out there where people just need to just create the same kind of documentation we need. It drives me absolutely nuts because I spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours adding those raw ingredients to Blend Precisely, and it took sometimes the longest to just find the density or to just find the correct Latin name or Inky name or any of this. Now it's all in your hands pretty much, but you still want to consider that. Anyway, enough with density. Just know that, take care of it. Then we have also physical properties, oil soluble, the melting point, pH, and suggested usage rate you can enter. The CAS number lookup, Seth spent a tremendous amount of time getting this one really easy for you, as easy as it can get pretty much, because this is a wild jungle out there. And Seth, you can talk more about CAS numbers or cuss about the CAS numbers. I don't know what you want to do.
Oh, I can cuss a lot.
Yeah. So as just quickly, we have MOCA in the United States. The Europeans are way more difficult to work with the authorities. So you need to be able to look up everything. You need to have reports, and it is coming more and more to the US as well. If you have received Marie Gale's emails, basically they state consistently what changes might come, will come, or what you should be looking out for. We know that Carrie Adams, for example, in Ohio is following already all of the standards, and especially she's been teaching about MOCA as well. It's just really important, I think, to know what you're doing. And you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for the person you're providing the product to. So you have to be as diligent as you can be. And we are just giving you the information, the possibilities to look it up, the possibilities to manage everything in here with the CAS numbers, and also, oops, I always click this one. And also the possibilities to upload all of these reports you might need if you get audited. So just wanted to keep this very clear and precise.
Can you go back to the CAS for just one moment?
Yeah.
So
the lookup one?
No. If you, I forget exactly where I put it, but one of the big pains of CAS numbers is having to type in a very complicated chemical name. And so it's helpful. I've made it helpful so we actually search for it for you and offer you a list of names. I think you can do it right in the CAS, the input next to the CAS lookup.
This one, right, yeah.
Yeah, like if you type in, like, say, limonene or something, or start typing.
No, it was inside here, I think.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So this one is literally the lookup for the CAS number. And what it does is that it actually goes back to the top. It's nutmeg oil. It goes back to the top here and looks which ingredients you're entering. So this one is an intelligent system at this point. It goes to your raw ingredient name, and it comes down here and it looks up the CAS number for your raw ingredient and will find it. Most likely, as long as it's part of PubChem or ChemSpider, it will find it. You will find sometimes a difference in it. We have seen that a lot of times, and that is depending on what kind of constituents are in there, and you will also see the confidence and high. If you like to double check, Seth, you want to add something?
Yeah, no, I was just going to add to that. I spent an enormous amount of time trying to just get the exact CAS number. And one of the things that I discovered was that it is kind of a Wild West to nail down exactly the correct one. So the only option that we had was to just assist you by saying, these are the ones that we found. You're going to have to pick one.
Yeah.
And even as Katrina was alluding to, it's like maybe even then you might not find it. So it's a challenge in the aromatherapy industry.
Well, also in the cosmetic industry, they want you to be as accurate as possible. They will nail you against the wall if you're not delivering the right documentations, but they're not really giving you enough information either. So it's not easy to be a cosmetic formulator, a skincare formulator in general, or an aromatherapist if you want to deliver something to your clients. But what you can do is do the best, and we are giving you the best features here right now to get this actually as accurate as you can go. And then you can always say, it's like, look, you don't have the information anywhere available. This is what I did as best as I could. And that's basically what it is. So the uploading of a GCMS report, as you know, is still pretty much, I think it was this one now, is still remaining the same, but it is part now of this new add raw ingredient. And it's starting to, Seth, this one is hiding the message over here. It says somehow, please try again, just as a little remark. I didn't see that before. So it's basically parsing your raw ingredients here, and this one is still happening. I think you made a few changes over here too to the form. So this one will look a little bit different. The botanical family, you sometimes have to choose if it's not available on the GCMS report, and then everything else will actually work the same way still. So I'm on QA right now. I'm not sure in how far we have time to go through this one.
Okay.
But I'm gonna cancel the parsing, so this part will still work as usual. And then I will quickly demonstrate a new ingredient. And I opened up a few ones here, how it would work. So you can now, which is really a beautiful part, we are coming to custom number integration, smart supplier management, we talked about, infinite scroll, we will talk about until you can now, I don't even have it in here, but this is one of the most beautiful parts of what Seth added is if you're in skincare or aromatherapy, you now will be able to come in here and add your new raw ingredient right where you are. And you don't need to hop back between inventory and creating a formulation or creating a blend. So you can do it right here. And you know that one of my favorite suppliers is Floriana. They are extremely accurate in many ways. They are organic, amazing oils. I don't get money for it, but I do love them. And when I put in their information, right now, the pre-populate, so if you're on the Pro plan, you will get the feature of pre-populating with AI. What this will do is all you need to do is grab the URL up here on top, come over here and say pre-populate. What this one will allow you to do, it goes back into the Floriana website and actually grabs the information for you as much as possible. And you will see in a moment, it says pre-populated. And then you can come down here and you can see already it's all pre-populated, including the price and the quantity in this case. But this is mostly because Floriana has an incredible good structure. 30 grams, $29.60. 30 grams, $29.60. So this one is really cool. And then you will just need to add a few of the missing details. The pH melting point suggested if you have butters, we like to use this one. I think this one was from Caitlin, a wish at one point to add the melting point. Then you can look up the CAS number for nutmeg organic essential oil, find it, select it, and then you will be able to add your GCMS report. And then down here, it will even take the notes of what is mentioned. So you will have already automatically the notes of what this whole thing is about. In this case, nutmeg organic essential oil. And then you can click add raw ingredient and boom, you're done. You don't need to fill out every single little bit you had here. So I think for me, adding raw ingredients was one of the more tedious ways of going about it. And now you just can add the URL and you're done. So you can do this, add new ingredient, add new supplier from your formulation part or from the inventory here as well. So here's the same pop-up, which is beautiful. Thank you, Seth. This one is really amazing.
Yeah, so just as an aside, one of the ways I actually visualize when we're uh, building and fixing and doing whatnot is I actually pretend that I'm an aromatherapist, which I'm not, and I say, okay, you have to do all these things before you even get to the point. You have to think, what are you doing? Maybe you have a client, or you're going to give a talk, or whatever, and then you have to build something. And this is just all the things that Blend Precisely does is one thing that you have to do as an aromatherapist or business owner, or if you have a client or whatever. So we're trying to reduce the amount of time that you have to spend doing this. We like to support your creativity and take away all the pain with math and all the entering cast numbers, and just to try and make it as easy as possible. So that's that's uh, that's the thought process. That which what we're trying to do, continuous improvement for you.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is the case here. So just also one more thing over here, the infinite scroll Seth browse large inventory seamlessly. So when you have a lot of inventory, we had the pagination before, and I can show you these numbers here before. This is what you still see in our current version. Seth, you have now added the infinite scroll, which is basically allowing you to just simply scroll all of your ingredients on one page. There's no pagination, right?
Yeah, it's still paginating, but the visual aspect of this is just more fluid. And by doing it in this way, without it was the existing one in production is just very heavy, so it's difficult to show you things rapidly and have it more responsive. So that's what you get.
Yeah, so that's really cool. I think it's nice to have this. Um, I'm just thinking, was there anything over here I'm missing?
No, just maybe a reminder. There's a little pencil on any ingredient that you own. So maybe pick a different one where you can click on it and you can get the um, yeah,
Oh, here.
yeah, there you
Okay.
go. So just click on a pencil and you get the thing that you.
Right, right. I almost forgot about this. So this one is amazing too. So everywhere where there's little pencil, that means you own the raw ingredient. You did not choose the one from Blend Precisely. So you made something your own. I wonder if I have a even better one. Maybe not so much. But anyway, so you can now change the price on the fly. Often, you know how we do things when we go out, and let's say you bought something at Brambleberry one day or Aromatics or somewhere, and then they had a price increase, and you're like, ah, man, I wish I need not, I wouldn't need to go out of my formulation. I can just change it. So now you can change the price right away here and say, okay, the price increase was real, there's blah, blah, blah. And then you can just click save changes. And then the price changes automatically here as well. Okay, so let's see. Infinite scroll. The AI powered automation we just showed you. So that's basically the one where you can add the raw ingredient, the same for the managed supply. Oops, that's over here for packaging. When you add new packaging, no, wait a second, that is for raw ingredients. I'm sorry. So that is the AI powered version where you just enter the website link of your raw ingredient and then you can just pull it in. And let's see how Brambleberry is structured and is going. So I would suggest to use suppliers that are in your realm of what you want, but make it super easy. Can you see everything is being pre-populated because they have a good structure on their website? And with that, you can then just look up the cast number again. Shea butter is not being found in this way, but you might be able to find it then. Oh no, it is here. I think I was just going too fast.
Yeah,
Uh,
so we are using AI to go find this information. So if it doesn't appear the first time, try it again. Or if you don't like the results one time, try it again.
but I also hop sometimes too fast. Okay, so this is simply paste the website. That is what we said. So again, just one more time, this one is available only in the Pro version, not in the basic one. So what that means is, because AI costs money and we cannot just give it out for free always. So just quickly over here. So if you have this version on the 39 or 59 a month, or the yearly one is even cheaper, literally what, $1 a day. These versions will have all the AI stuff that is currently out, that is coming out, and that will be also coming out in the future. But we need to justify for our books that we have to literally just charge you. We don't have tokens at this point. I think we do need to do this at one point in time, but you will see a lot of AI tools. They have tokens you can use as a maximum, and then it goes up and up and up from there. We are not doing this right now for you. So if you have time and if you want, you can jump on the Pro plan as it is right now and get all these AI features. Okay, so that's this one. This one is the better accuracy, just from that's the AI parsing. So Seth uses really specialized tools to parse everything as accurate as possible. And I've been testing it, and I've gotten pretty much, I would say 99% accuracy back. If there is something missing, then it's more often that it's not available on the supplier's website, because they don't have it in there, even so they might or should have this in here. But this one here has, for example, all of these information. I think that's actually also what AI pulls it for us. And then you can see it at the bottom coming up somewhere. I need to check again where I did it. Yeah, so the accuracy is pretty amazing. Then, as you could see, we redesigned the editing modules. They are more of an opening up and then a very clean, clear look over here. Just a quick reminder that when you add your GCMS report for your own oils here, it's for all the aromatherapists, but also skincare formulators and soap makers, is you want to add your GCMS report, you do want to parse it in order to see it under your aromatic alchemy. So you know that we have pre-populated the Blend Precisely oils already, but we have not obviously pre-populated your oils, because you need to enter your own GCM or add your own GCMS reports. So all of these ones you see under My Oils, they will literally only be populated if I added my GCMS report to my raw ingredients. I mean, it's
Yeah. Can you actually pull up one of your oils that does have a GCMS report? You can go to the inventory and just search by GCMS report.
You mean okay.
Yeah, in inventory. Yeah, for document types, you can just, at the very top, you can say search for
right.
GCMS. And you can see all the ones that have GCMS. And if you go down to manage constituents, can you just...
here, sorry, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you can see how this works. So this is, I just kind of wanted to highlight a few things here. So if you click to the left of the add button there.
To the left? Oh yeah, not the right?
Yeah, you're the left.
Okay.
And you type in just either a CAS number or the name, like Pinene. Just type PIN or beta, yeah.
We have a lot of beta. Hang on.
Yeah. So it'll rapidly filter. Hang
on, I think I did a mistake. Oh.
Katrine
Seth likes to do that.
Dang it. Katrine, if you did not know, is a fantastic QA technician. She will find everything.
I wish I would get paid for it.
Well, she does.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I don't know if I think it's something I'm going to have to talk about in my videos.
Okay.
Because we
Yeah.
are running a little bit out of time.
I just wanted to demonstrate just how easy it is to get it in without having to type everything in the hard way.
Yeah, to look it up. But I will point this out in my tutorials then. But what I do, just to emphasize one more time, if you do not add your GCMS reports to your oils, to your ingredients, you will not see it in aromatic alchemy under your oils. So please do add your GCMS reports as much as you can, and then you will see them and be able to visualize the petals, and you will be able to create a data sheet. I mean, there are so many ways now you can work with your oils, and especially for teaching. Like if you go into teaching, you will be able to use all of these ones and load your information in, and then click on the data sheet, and then you have an entire data sheet ready for you. So you can print it. It's going to have your name. This one is Petal and Stem. That's my name for my other company. And then you will be able to do these ones. Seth, I think the future will be that those ones are all editable. Is that correct?
If that is your command, I will do so.
Well, we will ask the crowd maybe, because I could have a million wishes. But yeah, so the idea was maybe to have those ones editable, and that you can, not editable, not, so don't eat it, like the editable. Oh gosh. It's like a difficult word. But anyway, so you can then edit everything and have it come up on your data sheet as you need it. So I would love to see if anybody is creating worksheets, workshops, or that anybody needs data sheets for their work. If that is the case, we will go maybe into the realm of making it editable. If you do not need data sheets, then you know what, it's easy to not do it.
While you're on this page, I did want to point out what you're, yeah, exactly.
That's
This is,
Seth's favorite because
it's my
he's
favorite.
satisfying other people.
This is a tip of the hat to Robert and Hannah Tisserand. They,
Explain it, petals and constituents.
yes. So Robert wrote a paper on the how bad the existing system is for the functional theory of essential oils. And so he's got a lot to say about it, so I won't go into it. But I asked him, what would you do here if I don't present things in terms of groups, which is pretty much what's taught at every aromatherapy school in the universe. And he said, just show the constituents. So here you have the choice to see either constituents or bifunctional group or chemical family.
You should probably mention that, but yeah, so this one looks really pretty too. And if you go into these ones, you will also see why it looks so pretty. Because you have all of these donut and bars version, and you can see everything over here. Yeah, so this one is really cool as well. So that's another addition Seth created because that was important to him and others. And let's see what else we have. I actually forgot to mention this. We have faster loading navigation now. Okay, and the navigation, this part, for example, is literally that you can now update your inventory from anywhere where you are in Blend Precisely. So if you're in skincare, you can update your inventory in here. If you're in aromatherapy, you can update your inventory in here. And that is a huge time saver. You don't need to go back and forth between inventory and when you're creating stuff and you're in the creative zone, basically.
Oh, can I show you one more thing? If you go back to the alchemy.
Oh, sorry, alchemy.
Yeah. So can you get rid of the yeah, there we go. Okay. So select categories and just select anything. You'll and go ahead and get chemical groups and maybe pick sesquiterpenes. Okay, so I've added something called active filters, which shows you what you've actually selected, and if you want to get rid of the things that you selected, you just click the X, and it's a much more intuitive, obvious, easy way to understand what you've selected and give you some feedback on, why, for example, if you were to pick a very obscure thing like, whoop,
I clicked on something. Sorry about this.
yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to point out, before it was easy to get lost in what you had selected and just trying to scroll and see what you had here. So you can
Yeah,
just
so
see it
you
at a quick notice at the top.
Yeah, so you can now do these little filter things here, and now right now I have only chemical groups selected. I've got 111 reports, oils for this. But if I go down and, for example, say, okay, show me everything with flowers only and the chemical group of sesquiterpenes, then we will only see 4 results in this case on top, which I
It
see
looks
6.
like there's a few more.
Yeah, so there's like one little more bug. Anyway, I think it's the first top ones are the floral ones. Oh no, you know what? It's correct because I've got multiple of the same in here. That's why. I've got goldenrod and neroli twice in here because I have different suppliers. So it's absolutely correct. Yeah, so they will come up and then you can go ahead and like them. And we had this already, and you see immediately how much they are per drop or per gram to compare prices. And you can sort them by name. You can sort them by whatever you need to sort them by. All right, so I think, do you want to mention anything more about the 40 bug fixes, or is that what I mentioned in the beginning?
Yeah, there's actually a lot more than 40, but we don't want to bore you. It's our world, and we don't want to drag you into the muck.
Yeah, it's definitely your world, poor guy. But that's why I made a nice post about you.
You really did.
All right, so let's see. Hello. Okay, should we be able to find the density with our suppliers? So, Cynthia, that's a really, really good question. So, again, I can show you in a moment, but the first thing I always go is I download either the MSTS report, the technical documents, or I then go and research it on the internet. If I find 3 sources, for me, it's always the 3. If I find those 3 sources, we can also talk Portuguese, Cynthia. 3 sources. Anyway, if I find the 3 sources, then I will take the one I find multiple ones. In the meanwhile, you can go back to the supplier and ask them, but put something in what you found. So you can literally just go in and Google it and say, give me 3. You can literally go in and find those sources. The suppliers that sell essential oils might or might not get back to you. Mountain Rose Herbs, for example, is notorious bad in any kind of inky names and density and all of this. I love their products, but for true creators, they are difficult to get a hold of when it comes to documentation. So you need to just find your suppliers you super trust. So my go-to supplier is always Floriana for essential oils because they just have everything, including density. Yeah, so just
Yeah, so for the truly precise people, you will know that there are different draws for a batch of oils, and each of those batches may have a different density, small but noticeable. So depending on how precise and OCD you are, you can go there.
Cynthia, you were asking how do I know which version I have? I assume which version of Blend Precisely you have. You can go to your account information. So when you click on your name in the top right corner and then you go to account, you will be able to see under manage subscription.
Maybe can you just share screen and show her?
Yeah, because I'm a test person, so let me just quickly share my screen, I think, and go over here. Do you see no, this one here? So you go here to account
Yeah.
information, and
No,
then
it's just in the drop down. If you hover over the pedal instant, it just says version.
No, I think she means which version of Blend Precisely she has.
Oh, I see. Which
Plus
I
or the
see. I
basic.
see. Yeah.
And then you can go to manage subscription, but I can also look it up for you. No problem.
Yeah, there's this is something I've been meaning to add at some point, just to make it much more obvious in the account page exactly what you purchased and what you have. So
How does Floriana compare? Oh, sorry, I'm already to the next. How does Floriana compare with Aromatics International? Aromatics International has beautiful oils. I have, I've only heard good things about Aromatics International. If you go into production and let's say you need really quickly, it comes down to the prices. Let's be honest. The prices of Floriana, they are better, and they have everything organic. But Aromatics has a few oils Floriana doesn't have, and Floriana has a few oils Aromatics doesn't have. The documentation of Floriana is better. So they give you, I can show you. And I've been using them for the past 10 years now, after I started with doTERRA and I switched over then to Floriana, because doTERRA didn't supply at that point GCMS reports. They were not very transparent with everything in terms of reports in general. But let me just show you over here. So Floriana, for example, has the technical document section here, and they have all of the GCMS reports, MSDS reports, and technical sheets. That's what you need as a true formulator and true business person. So you need to make sure that you get those in, especially the more and more audits are coming up now, potentially, or maybe they are in Canada already, I'm not sure actually, but definitely in Europe. And the quality is great. So here's one more thing why I love Floriana so much is their shipping department is incredible. So first of all, free express shipping on orders over $100, no matter where you are in the world. They ship everything with a tracking number, and it goes out today or tomorrow, and it arrives at your home just a couple of days later. So if you're in production and you actually need quick delivery, then you want to choose the suppliers you work best with. Now, that being said, if you're Aromatics, if you have a wholesale account, it's completely up to you. I would like to urge a little bit Aromatics more to have easier GCMS reports to download. They have them already, but you always have to open up another screen. Then you have to click download, and before you can use it, it takes a little bit more effort. And also, I would like to urge them to have the MSDS reports or allergen reports. And that's another beautiful thing you should be having as a true formulator. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And they ship, Floriana is in Europe. And that is true. So that is maybe another thing to weigh against is Aromatics is US and Floriana is in Europe. And then maybe it does make a difference if you're a Canadian, that the Floriana prices from Europe might be cheaper, or Aromatics. I'm not sure about that. But the shipping or the impact it has maybe on the environment, then obviously Aromatics might be better than Floriana. So that's a little bit up to you. They're not in Canada. When I open here, go straight to your website. Oh, but you can switch it over. You should be able to switch it over to a different site. And at least I was able to do it. Otherwise, what I would do if I were you, Cynthia, I would send them an email and ask them, because they are super good also in their responses. I visited them 10 years ago. I talked to them directly. They showed me their entire facility. They're incredible. Okay, I hope I answered your question, Ray. It's a little bit of course, what you prefer as well. All right. Are there any other questions right now? Let me see. Habla três. Habla muito português. Português. No, you see it's
Habla, it's fala.
fala. Habla is Spanish. It's because
Okay.
Sasha, no, it's because oh gosh, Sasha is learning Spanish. Yes. All right, great. Yeah, she's now learning Spanish, so I'm losing all the Portuguese. Okay, thank you. You did. Okay, perfect. And if you have any other questions, do let me know. And there are some other really nice suppliers too out there. And I think we have somewhere a video that talks about all the suppliers. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. We are coming up to 51 minutes today. And this one is a pretty big release. So just one more time, we just saw a couple of bugs we need to fix still, and then it should be out in your hands on Friday, latest over the weekend. So
I wanted to give a shout out to Matthew Sapolsky, and excuse me if I'm butchering your name, and to Jennifer Langsdale, I believe. So these two have been just fantastic about giving ideas and making important little requests. So very much appreciated.
yeah, Matthew is super thorough, and you see him a lot in our aromatherapist and business group. So yeah, he's definitely extremely thorough, and he thinks every step out. So thank you. Okay, everyone. Have a wonderful Wednesday afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. And then I will get these tutorials out to you, and then you will see them as well on your in your emails. Okay. Bye-bye for now.
Yeah.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.